Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Tommy C here from Shot from the Point News. We haven't done a news story in a long time, and I bet you didn't expect this. We have the very popular documentary creator, Joon the King, with us. Joon, how are you, sir?
Hello, I'm not sure about, very popular, but I am Joon the King, and I'm doing fine.
You are way too classy, because I mean, I never expected to have you on. You are way too classy for Shot from the Point. So I'm actually a little bit proud. I feel like a bum on the street, and you flip me $1. So thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it.
Dude, keep going. I'm gonna just a little bit more.
Thanks. No, I might have to censor that, but okay. I mean, maybe I'm not. Maybe I should scratch the whole class thing right there.
Yeah,
all right.
There we go.
Listen,
just trying to change perspectives. It's
fine. I guess when in Rome, is that the move there?
Okay, that's the feeling.
You have an interesting situation, a situation I've actually been following, and I can't remember, but one of my other YouTube friends that's kind of drifted over the years has had the same situation. If you guys check right here, Ray William Johnson, after Joon making a documentary on him, has struck your video down. Were you a little surprised by this?
I was not expecting it. I thought he was beyond like this after a year, maybe 2. He hasn't really copyright struck anyone. Well, not manually, at least. And I guess mine is the first video in that time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because I thought when I saw your when your video came into my feed, I thought I should download it immediately. I'm actually have one of my fans sending a copy of it to me as soon as he can get it to him. As soon as he can get it to me, I'm not surprised because I never thought for a minute that he was over this. I think that he had maybe bent the knee because he was getting a lot of pressure. I've always felt that, if you remember, Ray got kind of ticked in a fair use lawsuit that he lost, and he probably, to be perfectly honest, he got screwed. And this is like a pre-FUPA YouTube internet. So I always gotten the feeling the reason that he continued to strike people down, and this is just a theory, of course, that he got screwed into fair use, so nobody else can do fair use with him. Do you think that makes sense, considering you have done a documentary on the man?
I think that makes sense. So that was like Juke in Media that he was like, that's who he sued, and then he lost the lawsuit, and then afterwards he was like, you know what, I'm really not mad at this company. I'm going to start working with them, so I can react to their viral videos, and eventually he stopped doing that. Mm-hmm. So I know, I don't know, man. There's so much to this that makes it so confusing. Actually, it's just so weird.
Yeah, he's always been a weird guy. But wait a minute, do I have the story backwards? He sued Junk and Media, or
he sued them? No, he sued them. Yeah,
they didn't sue him. It wasn't the other way around. So
he sued them because he got, I think, 43 videos or somewhere they're like taken. I think I got the number wrong, but he was like essentially saying that they were abusing the copyright system or something, just to like get him to purchase their like
little clips.
So he can use them to react to. So that was like his main. He was saying that like he had use on his side. A lot of his videos did not fall under fair use, but yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't got to see the documentary yet. I always thought that Ray William Johnson was the poster child for fair use. And like there was always commentary. It was always transformative. Do you believe that some of the lawsuits against him, or the accusation that wasn't fair use, or the reason he lost through the initial lawsuit, was because some of these clips were not in fair use?
Yeah, like, so the majority of Ray's content is, of course, in fair use, commentary, analysis, all that. But there are a few clips because, making this like clip show for years and years and years gets a bit repetitive. It gets boring. It's really hard to put like all your soul into it, right? So there are like, sometimes he just says like, wow, that was really cool, or like, wow, he doesn't really like do anything to it except like he just shows the heart of the video and adds nothing to it besides like generic commentary. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I guess, but the judge didn't rule in his favor, huh? I'm a little, I've always like, I don't know, I've seen worse cases, sort of held up, I suppose, and the Sargon pops in my head, and that was considered fair use. I mean, Ray was an active participant. He was in the video. He always told jokes. He always gave the background of the video. That's informative. It always seemed transformative to me. In every aspect. I'm very surprised without knowing the details, and you know more than I do, and we can't go over all now, that he lost that suit. And whatever, I'll look into that personally. That would be a good topic for Shot from the Point, come to think of it. He must have... I always got the feeling that that he feels like, you know, look at the Fupa situation, look at the Sargon situation. You know, these guys, they can take my stuff down, but I can't take their stuff down. And that's what this feels like to me. A guy that's been very successful online, just, you know, really sticking it to other people that have fair use rights just because he got the raw end of the stick. That's always been my theory. But that being said, I think it's also important to note that Ray is back. Ray is really taking advantage of the new algorithm shorts. Can you let the folks know on like just how much he's back? Because most people, he's turned his sub, but he's gaining subs again, and he's turned his sub counter back on.
Oh yeah, I know he's doing like really, really great. So what he does is he does like, I guess what TikTokers are doing, and he's taking TikToks or short videos, reacting to them, posts like 20-second videos, and YouTube promotes him like crazy. He's getting like 3 million views per video. He's doing like amazing right now. Just reacting to these videos.
I'm checking. Oh no, I'm still blocked. I'm checking. I just checked if I was blocked by William Johnson. I made a crack in his defense several years ago over the grade A under A controversy. Grade had accused him of lifting bits off of other YouTubers, and then Grade got accused of the same thing. And I made the crack to Ray William Johnson, who actually followed me. He's the first big YouTube follow I ever got, and it's like a pre-baited follow. And I made a crack kind of in his defense, and he blocked me for it. So I was surprised that he came up here. But yes, I'm still blocked by this coward Ray William Johnson. What are you going to do going forward? Do you have any plans to fight this? I know you've been in this spot before, supposedly with low tier God. What's this? Ray's a different animal. How are you going to go? How are you going to proceed?
Well, honestly, I feel this is a much different situation. The whole low tier God one emotions are like really high because this just happened. So I'm like trying to like process this. Like, holy shit, Ray's doing this again, and he's doing it to me. Like, damn. Yeah. The big difference between low tier God was like low tier God for me was very emotional. It was like hell for me, you know.
It's more of a trolling thing. You're not gonna get any of that with this guy for sure. But you might end up in courtroom, and that could be very stressful. Is that what you plan to do down the road? Are you going to see this through?
If he wants the video that I made, he can. I have no confidence that he will win or even try. I mean, like, there's just no way, right? Like, absolutely not.
We're talking about a multi-million. We're talking about a multi-millionaire, more than likely.
Yeah, but then he has to go to he has to waste his time. And the thing about Ray William Johnson is he's not confrontational at all. He said it multiple times that he will not really engage in this sort of thing. Whenever he struck down Hoover's video,
Hoover, that's who it was. That's the guy I drifted with over the years. Oh wow, so yeah, I really got to see your documentary, man. Oh, we got to get this back up for people to see it. I remember Hoover, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, like you know, compared to like Ray William Johnson, I'm like super small fish, and it's also like, does he really want to like stoop down to my level, create this whole big drama? Like, oh, Ray William Johnson is suing the small YouTuber Joon the King. Like, in the end, it's going to be very stressful and it's going to suck for me. But like, if we're like talking about metrics, it will like really promote my channel.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing, is it? You get the initial strike, your heart sinks. You put all this work to it, and over time, and I can give you example from H3. I mean, I literally can't. There's more examples of this than I have fingers. Once you get in this fight, the community who hates strikes, I honestly think the fans hate strikes worse than the creators. I really do believe that. Because this really drives them up a brick wall, and they're willing to make their voices heard and let people like Ray William Johnson know they're upset about it. And I fully expect that going forward. And what ends up happening, I mean, Tipster is a good example with the Susie Lou situation. I don't know how many careers Susie Lou made, through her situation. In the end, the creator always wins and becomes sort of a legend. You've given them you've given the fans a cause celeb, just because you can't have a video made on you, or another thing is, I watched a lot of your videos. Was it I can't imagine it wasn't critical, but was it fair? Did you point out the good parts of Ray? Or I can't imagine your video being a hit piece just by your history. Or were you particularly hard on Ray, or what am I missing here?
I don't really feel that it was too much. I mean, like, I try to go like neutral, like I try to be unbiased, but I am a little bit biased in my videos. It's like impossible.
It's impossible not to be. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I brought up his his copyright striking history, and I said, like, look, Ray, because he said this in Logan Paul interview where he's trying to become a better person, not burn bridges and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I wonder if we could send this to Logan Paul
as a positive person. Then why are you doing this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Willie Mack follows Logan Paul. Maybe we can get this in Logan Paul's hands if there's another interview. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like that's like a threat or anything, but he said that on Logan Paul's show. Maybe Logan Paul would be interested about it. I don't know. I do seem to remember that. By the way, it's one of the best podcasts in all of YouTube. I hate to say that.
So good.
Yeah, Logan does a great job, and yeah, I seem to remember that part too. That's pretty great. So, all right, this just happened a couple hours ago. I guess your plan, you're going to fight this via YouTube, correct?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the counter notification to be sent. I mean, like, honestly, so what I think is going to happen, in a realistic sense, is either he's going to do the thing where he doesn't release it for like 14 days. I'll probably upload another video of like talking about it, or that this becomes like a little bit of a mess. Ray is non-confrontational and he releases it within like the next couple days. I think those are the two things that will happen. Okay.
So I think so. Well, let me tell you something. I want to get my community on it. I'm certainly going to let Tipster know about this, and other folks in the commentary community. This is something I think, even though it's kind of a tired old story, I think it's something we all should unite about, because if we don't have fair use, we really have given up a lot of our power as YouTubers. This is the one thing that puts us on the even keel with mainstream media, is this fair use rule that is so beautiful and so wonderful. And I think I think it's important for liberty in general. If you don't have fair use, the mainstream media has an absolute advantage, not just in entertainment, but in the ability to deliver the news. So we'll follow your case. I've already tweeted this out. I'll probably be talking about this on future SFTP podcasts, and I'm gonna let my friends know to just kind of we're gonna get this in the bullhorn. We're gonna I forget the terminology they use. Signal boost. There you go, Joon. Yeah. All right, Joon, thanks so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Maybe we can have you on in the future. But I actually don't want to ruin your reputation, so I'll give it some thought, and maybe we can do a show where we just go over the drama of the week and just kind of laugh at the whole thing, if you'd be interested down the road.
No, yeah, it sounds exciting. I'm down.
All right, you have very, you sound like a walking television documentary. I mean, even in your real life, I'm quite surprised. Your voice is it really captures me.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely. It's just like if I've been stuttering more than I usually, I feel that I fell into a Joon the King video, and it's like surreal. You should probably come up with your own VR.
Yeah, maybe I'll be a talk show host in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, thanks, Joon. Thanks for being on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.